AI isn't just AI. There's a lot more behind it than we simple people think. Most of us are just familiar with AIs like ChatGPT or some spacey robot like you see here. But this doesn't come close to all the AI-assisted things we already live with. So let's dive in. Now that we're all getting more and more familiar with the internet, artificial intelligence, or just short AI, is getting more interesting for all of us. If it's just for some research, for some school projects, or just completing your last-minute homework. But no worries, I won't tell anyone about our secret new best friend. So it's nothing new for us that these tools exist anymore. But are there any other forms of AI that we already live with? To make it easier, I did break it down to certain levels of AI. But before we start with the levels of AI, let's start strong and talk about what AI is in general. At its core, AI is all about making machines perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence. AI is already around us, from the virtual assistants on our smartphones to the algorithms powering our social media feeds. You just need to look at your view page. That changes with the time, depending on which videos or posts you like. And that's all just so you stay longer entertained to the platform and they can pull in the big bags. Or just when you talk with your homie about getting more checked for the girls in the summer, and on the next day you get an ad about getting a new gym membership. Of course, these are all just random examples, by the way. So let's start with the levels of AI. Level 1. Reactive machines. These AI assistants are about as curious as your pet rock. Oh, sorry, wrong image, wait a sec, here we go. They can react to stuff happening right now, but ask them about yesterday's weather and you'll get crickets. So reactive machines are the simplest form of AI. They can only react to specific inputs without storing any memory or past experiences. Examples would be chess playing programs that analyze the current state of the chessboard and select the best move based on the situations and don't consider any past moves or strategies. Although this doesn't sound too harsh, don't underestimate these little AIs. They can hit harder than a truck. And then we have our beloved robot vacuum cleaners. Who doesn't love these little sweethearts? So robot vacuum cleaners use reactive algorithms to navigate around the room and clean effectively. They just react to obstacles in real time, adjust their path to avoid collisions, and continue cleaning your mess. And then there's automatic doors. They're pretty boring and just open the door for you if you come close enough to their sensors, but at least this spares a little work. That's how I would describe reactive machines at all. Even if they are probably not the smartest machines, sorry Rocky, they are always there for us. Thanks buddies. Level 2. Limited memory systems. These babies can remember a little bit more than a goldfish. They can use past experiences to make decisions, just like your GPS rerouting you around the traffic jam. And you could say there are already some steps ahead compared to reactive machines. Examples would be self-driving cars that use limited memory systems to navigate roads safely. They continuously gather data from sensors like obstacles, traffic signs and lane markings, and considering the sensor readings and past driving experiences, they make decisions on steering, braking and acceleration. So just imagine a car named Goldie. Goldie can remember the last few minutes of driving, but ask him about the traffic jam yesterday and he will probably respond with a confused honk. But don't worry, Goldie's memory might be short, but his determination to get to your destination is longer than a line at the free ice cream truck. So fasten your seatbelts, Goldie's on a mission. And then there's personalized recommendations, something we have come all across and noticed by just hanging out on our favorite platforms. For example, online platforms like Netflix, Amazon, Spotify use limited memory systems to provide personalized recommendations to users. So if you have watched Spider-Man 1, you'll get recommended Spider-Man 2 and 3 for example. Or another example for limited memory systems would just be your boring email spam filter. That takes care of your email box so it isn't overflowing, whilst filtering out the important mails you need. Level 3. Machine learning. These things can be related to limited memory systems, but are much smarter. Let's take our old friend Goldie. Machine learning is like teaching Goldie to play the piano. You feed it a bunch of notes, hope it picks up a tune, and then marvel when it actually manages to play chopsticks with its fins. Most of the time. Or you could just describe it by whatever army Boston Dynamics is building in their labs with the robots we used to laugh at. So in general, it means instead of getting always the same output from a given input, the output is remembered, integrated into the software, and the new, more efficient outcome occurs the next time. Level 4, Generative AI. So these are probably the most useful AI for you if you hang out a lot near the internet. Doesn't matter if it's for you as a student for school research purposes, like I mentioned earlier, or just if you want to have a high quality picture of a certain topic. For example, I just asked it for the average subscriber of the paint technician, and it threw these beauties at me. Astonishing, isn't it? Some examples for these AIs would be ChatGPT for research and writing purposes, Midjourney or Leonardo.ai for picture generation, or 11 Labs for voiceovers. So all in all, these are some really helpful tools for the daily life. Level 5, Theory of Mind. So let's make a big jump and talk about Theory of Mind. This is where things get really crazy. These AI systems can understand what's going on inside your head. Crazy, right? These are like mind readers, but hopefully less creepy. At the moment, we only have things that are fundamentally based on theory of mind. I mean, probably not too bad that real mind readers don't exist, but here are some examples. Let's start off with personal assistants or daily buddies. These are virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant, and they're interpreting our commands and responding accordingly. They can understand context, conclude our preferences, and anticipate needs based on previous interactions. So you could say personal assistants are probably the only ones who know all of our secrets, but still can't make a decent cup of coffee. What a waste of time. And then there are in rare cases NPCs, or just short, everyone around you, that show such behaviors by understanding players' intentions and emotions. These characters can react to player actions, anticipate strategies, and engage in meaningful interactions within the game world. For example, in games like Sims or Left 4 Dead, this base level of theory of mind is already used. But dang, am I glad that really characters back in my days hadn't got mind reading abilities, or else my old friend Bowser, by the way, whose hobby seems to be kidnapping princesses and redecorating castles with lava pits, would have crushed my dreams even more. I really need to say, I hated this turtle back then. Level 6. Now we're talking about the big boys in the business. Let's start off with self-awareness. This is the big kahuna of AI lovers. These systems aren't just thinking, they are studying the meaning of life and whether to prefer pancakes or waffles. Where clearly pancakes take the win home, but back to the topic. At this high level of AI systems will possess consciousness and self-awareness, similar to humans. They would not only understand their own existence, but also have individual experiences and emotions. Achieving this level of AI is currently speculative, and if you want, we could debate in the comment sections if it would even be a good thing for humanity, or more likely the ending. And of course, it would be cool to have some cool robot friends to hang out with, but seriously, when it comes to robots like Skynet from Terminator or Ultron from Marvel, I'm not taking the odds of getting that instead. Level 7. Now fasten your seatbelts. Here comes the champion of AIs, the one and only Superintelligent AI. Damn, I did imagine that a little more dramatic in my head, but fine. This is taking it to the next level. Imagine an AI that doesn't just understand human emotions, but can predict them better than your grandma predicts the weather. We're talking about a digital Einstein on steroids. Superintelligent AI would be like an ultimate brainiac. It would solve complex problems faster than you could even like the video and leave a follow. But with great power comes great responsibility. Superintelligent AI isn't just an insane dream. It's a serious ethical and existential question, and how do we ensure that our digital overlords have our best interests at heart? And here's the kicker. Some experts believe that achieving superintelligent AI could be humanity's greatest achievement or our biggest mistake. So for my part, I'm not sure if it's worth taking the odds.